Hi guys, this is Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet. I have no clue what number. I'm gonna say 12 of what's in my cup, what's on my hook, what's on my mind. I'll check it and I'll put it in the title so you know exactly what episode it is. But it is way late coming this week. There's so many just things thrown in my path that's just slowing me down so much. But I'm trying to keep a smile on my face and a positive attitude because without that, I don't know what I would do. But anyway, today it snowed. It's our first snow of the season. I really, really love snow, but I've had plans to go out and I can't because, snow in the wheels and on my wheelchair, and then bringing the wheelchair back into the house. If it snows, I usually know way in advance, and then I get all my stuff done and then just stay in the house for a week or however long. So we don't usually get snow this early in the season. Usually, we may get a dusting around Christmas time, but usually it's like January before we get snow here. It wasn't that way when I was a child. When I was a child, we got tons of snow. But, you know, environmental changes, and everything. But, so yeah, we got a pretty decent snow. I want to say it's at least 3 inches, but I guess the weatherman will tell us later. So, whatever number this is what's in my cup, what's on my hook, what's on my mind. So we'll start out with what's in my cup. It's Neon Forest by August Uncommon. It's a sweet woodruff chamomile green tea. I have no clue what woodruff is. Some people, they look those things up for me and tell me later. So if you feel like doing that, let me know. I'll look it up too. But it says it tastes like bubblegum, clover, wild strawberry, and lemon. And it feels like exploring a magical forest. I used to do a lot of running around the woods when I was a kid. We didn't have all this digital age and access to streaming movies 24/7, and we made our own fun. And it was before, well, no, I can't say it was before Dungeons and Dragons because that, I think, was out in the 70s before me. I was born in the 70s. So, that was probably already out. But we played knights and explorers and whatever your little mind could come up with. I had no clue about Dungeons and Dragons, and if I did, my parents probably wouldn't have let me play it. But, we just roamed around in the woods near our house and built our forts and pretended to fish with the dry leaves in a stick, make pretend cook with dandelion leaves and all the wild weeds that grow around the house. Just you name it. We made mud bricks just because we found out we could. I mean, there's just tons of stuff that kids from my generation are probably the only ones that are going to understand what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying there's not parents out there that are really good and they get their kids out of the house and they have the time to take them out in the woods and show them nature and stuff like that. And kudos for all of y'all that do. But it's like a mystical unicorn. It hardly ever happens anymore because of technology. But anyway, back to the tea. So it's all natural, vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO. And it's the actual ingredients are Chinese green tea, sweet woodruff, dried apple, sweet blackberry leaves, chamomile, lemon peel, and natural flavorings. But anyway, we're going to try it. So when I opened the bag to this tea, there were fruity smells coming out of the bag, and it was pleasant. So I do like, I do like that. But you can't always judge a tea by its smell, because sometimes it smells weird, and then you brew it and it blooms the scent, and it's just awesome. So don't always judge by opening dried teas by the first smell that you get. So this smells really good. I can smell the chamomile. I love the smell of chamomile. It grows wild around here, and when people mow their fields, you get that scent of chamomile up in the air. Ugh, chamomile is awesome. So I'm going to take a sniff. I already sniffed. I'm going to take a taste and, tell you guys what it tastes like. That's a good chamomile. I don't know what woodruff is or what flavor, but it probably is complementing the chamomile, because I get a really good strong taste of the chamomile. Just stir it a little bit, make sure I'm getting all the flavors. Yep, it's a good chamomile tea. And you're probably getting the benefits of the blackberry and all that, stuff that's in there, and you get the taste of a really good chamomile. Very, very good flavor. And it's soothing my throat. My throat's a little scratchy because of allergies. Maybe the snow will take care of that. Capture it all out of the air and put it back in the ground where it belongs. I also have a little bit of Indiana raw honey in there. I'll put my cup holder back over there. Well, I don't know if I can do that. I have to grab it from this hand so I don't spill. I'm really bad at spilling. And I'm trying not to spill because I have a bag of yarn right below that. Okay, so I did not get to 25 just yet. I'm at 23. I tried really hard. I felt my emotional state was like, I felt like I was trying to walk in quicksand. I just felt like I kept getting held back. I don't know why. Some days it's just like that, with the allergies and, things, not to be gross, but things draining down in your sinuses and your throat and everything. It kind of makes you feel like you're being pulled down. Your mood is just a little different. The snow kind of, the cold kind of helped bring me out of that a little bit, but it's like I said, I think the snow is beautiful, but I can't go outside. So, but I think it's is helping clear the air a little bit, so that's good. So I got 23 hats. Okay, this first hat I'm going to show you, you're going to think, you already made that hat and showed it to us already. No, it's in here. Just for proof. There's evidence. I made another one because, well, for one, it's very sparkly, and I thought you can't have enough of those around, the holidays. And I also come to the realization that I'm probably not going to get 50 individual hats. I might have 50 individual balls of yarn. I know I do probably, but there's bound to be a repeat color or something. It's going to be okay. It'll be fine. But anyway, let me take off my... So this is the green one. This one is 21. And, it's way long. And I think it's very cute. My glasses always push up the edges. But you can see it's extremely warm. Covers your ears. I love it. So I did that alternate alpine stitch where you don't put the single crochets in between, because I like that stitch so much. I'm probably going to do a blanket in it or something. But then I put some single rows of, or some rows of single crochet. You could put like a button or a buckle right here, or a flower, anything you wanted to, if you were designing it for yourself, you know, or a family member, a friend, or somebody you use. But anyway, that's hat number 21. Okay, this one reminds me of Harry Potter. The colors remind me, you could probably tell me which house, but one of the houses in Harry Potter, I think, might be these colors. I don't know, but this is Ember. Okay, this one is the Red Heart Metallic. This one is Premier's Just Yarn that you can get at the Dollar Tree. So I opened a tote, and there was a bunch of full packages of yarn, and I was like, I totally forgot that I had them. It was like another yarn baggie. And there was a bunch of Premier Just Yarn, and there was some, it's behind me, Mandela watercolors, and there was 2 packages of a special yarn that I'm not going to talk about in this video because I'm going to film another video today, and it's a special video. You guys are really going to want to watch it. Hint, hint, hint. Trust me. So anyway, so I was like, oh wow. So yeah, it had some Just Yarn. This is the color. I held 2 strands together to make it it's a thick hat, if you can't tell. And I held 2 strands together. I held the Ember, and I forget what the yellow one's name was, but you can see the color of it. It's yellow-orange, basically. It's like a dirtier orange, not bright. So anyway, let me find the back end of this so I can try it on. So I held the 2 strands together. If you hold 2 fours together, it's a 5, a chunky or bulky or whatever you want to call it. But it's extremely warm, you guys. Sorry, my hair's in my face. It's I kind of like my hair hanging down like that. It's curly, but anyway, yeah, it is. You're good and protected against wind here. I mean, it's a double wall of yummy, warm goodness. Okay, so that's 22. Hopefully somebody gets that likes Harry Potter, because that's cool. But anyway, and then the third one, 23, I made, there's the balls of the Just Yarn. Okay, so one ball would make one hat with a little bit of yarn left over. This is the amount of 2 balls of yarn. I made a pull string, little yarn bomb, a little joy bomb of a yarn bomb, and it's pull string. You can pull it up, but my problem is I keep pulling it, and then I'll have to re-wrap them again. So, but anyway, one of these, my point, will make, it's a 4-weight. It will make a beanie, and that's just was $1 when I bought it. Now they're $1.25, but it was just $1, and so $1 hat. I mean, win, 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 win. But yeah, but I held 2 of them together, so it took 2 balls to make this hat, and to make it chunky, and then I had 2 balls, I showed you already, 2 balls of that yarn left over. As a matter of fact, these are the yarns from the Ember and orange colored hat, and oh, the green one somewhere. But anyway, I'm saving my little yarn balls. I might make a patchwork hat or put it in with my my scrap gown, which I haven't worked on since I last talked about it. But I plan on, you know, after I get these obligations I made for myself done, then I will. So anyway, let's try on the purple hat. There's that. Okay, they're way bulky, but you can do this and smooth it down, and it don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah, wait a minute. This is just bugging me. Normally, I have my headband on to keep it from. But yeah, so it looks smooth and everything when you have it on. Just looks a little frumpy when you take it off, but anyway, isn't that cool? Very warm, all kinds of room. That's awesome. I realize I am complimenting myself, you guys. I'm not vain at all. I'm happy. I'm happy I'm creating something, and it's going to be used. I mean, the biggest gift for me on Christmas is giving somebody a gift, but then later on seeing them use it. I like things to be useful. I have since I was a kid. I just wanted to make things that people would use. So anyway, that's hat number 23. So those were the two chunky ones that I made, and the regular one, but it's thick anyway because that yarn was a little bit thicker, plus I did this alpine stitch, so it kind of made it a chunky hat too. So we're at 23. We have 27 hats to go. I may have to dig out my knitting machine, as my mom said, and start winding hats. I could probably do 2 or 3 of those in the day, because you still got to take them. I'm not going to put it in that bag. You still got to take them out off of the thing and then sew the string into the holes and pull it tight, and it's also a process where I could just the same amount of time just crochet me a hat. But it's nice if you want to make something that looks more store-bought. I'm trying to decide the fastest route to my 50, but I'm going to get as much done as I can. This week was just not profitable for me. I did not get stuff done. But anyway, that's just basically what's on my mind right now. Family and what they're going through, and charity, getting stuff done for charity, and then Christmas. I pretty much got everything that I'm gonna make done, but I'm gonna go through and check here shortly and get some things mailed off to people that live out of state. I got a brother who lives in Virginia, and I need to mail off something that I made for his mother-in-law, and so it'll get there in enough time, because pretty soon these Black Friday sales. Just a little tip: if y'all are going to be shipping presents out, you're going to want to do it within the next week, because after Black Friday, there is a slim chance of people getting their presents by Christmas. There was a time when I mailed off something, and it was during the pandemic, and they didn't get it till after Christmas. So, because just everybody's ordering online, and now it's just a thing. People just do it now because they've been doing it for the last couple of years. So, yeah, my advice to you is, if you've got it done, or if you don't have it done, hurry up, get it done, and get it in the mail before all pandemonium breaks loose. Black Friday is insane. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but in America, it's just like I can't even explain it, because being out in the midst of it, it's insane, but it's the thrill of the hunt too. I mean, you get that bargain that nobody else got. I haven't done it in a while because I don't want to get trampled. But it was fun getting that bargain, and but then you know, the long lines or the crowds of people, or It's crazy. So well, this year we're pretty much avoiding all of that by doing a homemade Christmas, which is what I talked about a few dozen times in the last couple months. But just making our presents and stuff is taking a huge amount of that out of the equation. So, but yeah, but it still impacts you if you're going to mail your homemade things to your family. Now, hopefully, you mail the stuff to them and you tell them, do not open it until Christmas. Hopefully, they'll listen. There's going to be some people that don't. There's going to be some people that fib and say they did. You're just going to have to love them how they are and get their packages mailed out early just so they will have them. Luckily, my brother is really super sweet and waits. But anyway, so this is my mug, you guys. Isn't it cute? I know, it's not Christmas yet. We haven't had Thanksgiving. Well, tough patooties. Look at these. Look at these little penguins. They got little knitted scarves and hats. It's awesome. Look, that hat's almost like the one I made, except for without a pom-pom. But anyway, let me take a sip. I just really love this tea. It's so soothing on my throat. That honey helps too. But yeah, I'm excited for Christmas. I'm gonna start decorating only because it takes me a while to do things. So I'm just gonna start slowly getting it out a little bit at a time, so I'm not rushed right after Thanksgiving. We used to do it. It was a tradition the day after Thanksgiving. Now I'm not getting the wreath on the door yet. For one, I have to do some crafts and make. I have the wreath base. I've had the wreath base for several years, and it's had birds. I have a package of birds that I pulled off of it. They're kind of weather worn, and I tied them in a bag just in case there was any spiders. But you can see they're kind of, they're still usable, but they're a little weather worn. So I thought I would take the best of those. I took everything off except for the bells that still looked good because they were kind of tight. I twisted them in there. And it's got a evergreen base, and I like to put little red birds and little white doves and stuff in them, and then it's pretty big, like that. Excuse my heart. It's it's pretty big, and we put it on the door. I'm gonna wait till after Thanksgiving. I still have my thankful, blessed pumpkin thing that I got from the Dollar Tree on the door, but then the day after Thanksgiving, that will go up, and then we'll slowly get the lights out, because who doesn't like lights? I mean, I could leave my lights up all year long in the house. They're just pretty, but my son always helps me take all the decorations down and put them away so they don't, break and burn out and stuff like that. So we'll be doing that slowly and getting into the spirit. I've already had the crackling fireplace on my TV screen, and it's huge. So I've been, I use that to crochet. I just put the fire up there. And, yeah, we had to turn on our heater today for sure. I got the little infrared heater on during the day, trying to save because of the gas prices that are surely going to kill everybody this Christmas. So I'm trying to offset that with the infrared heater. It gets it pretty warm in here. It says it's 71, and I'm a 70s kind of gal, like at 70, but it's warm. So anyway, that was pretty much what was on my hook and what was on my mind, and I got another video to do. You guys should really pay attention for that one. And of course y'all are on my mind. So thank you guys. If you're brand new to the channel, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. That really helps me get my viewing hours and analytics and subscribers, everything I need to eventually, hopefully, to become monetized so I can do more good. At the end of if you're brand new, and by the way, welcome back to all the people that are so faithful and loyal and watch my channel all the time and comment. I really appreciate and love all of you. If you're brand new, you don't know that I read scripture at the end of my videos. Please know that I don't push anything I believe onto anybody else. And if you want to take the time now to click out because you just don't believe in the scriptures, please feel free to do so. Come back next time. There's always good content. Everybody is welcome here of all beliefs and just everybody. And so I do my best. Of course, I'm an individual and I'm not going to have the same opinions as everybody else, but I do my best not to be offensive. So if this, scriptures aren't your thing, just click out and please come back next time. And if you can't do anything else, if you can't, spread your joy in any way, let me restart that. Spread your joy in any way that you know how, like spread your craft, your baking, if you bake some goodies, share with the neighbors or somebody on the street that doesn't have any food, crochet a hat for charity or anything that you can do. And if you can't do anything else, as somebody's walking past you, please remember to give them your beautiful smile, because you never know what's going on in their life, and they could have had a really bad day. They could have lost a loved one or have been evicted or don't have enough food for their family, and they think that nobody out there cares, and you walk past and you give them a beautiful smile, and they know at least somebody cared about them today. So please do that. I'm a very emotional person. I'm trying not to cry, but there's a lot of that in this world. And if we all take care of our little world, our little corner of our little world, then eventually those corners start meeting each other, and we're all a big, happy, wonderful family taking care of each other. So if you can't do anything else, please give them a smile. It has affected my life, and I've heard stories of it affecting other people's lives, so I know it works. So be a little joy bomb in your corner, and we'll see you next time. And for those of you that stayed, I've got my scripture box. I pull one out of the front and I read it, and then I put it in the back. The front of the card has a little saying, and the back has a scripture. This one says, "In my heart, I'm holding you tight." I love that. Just grab onto as many as you can, and you're just one person. But just, my arms are big. I can get as many people in as I can, and just hold on to them tight. Pray for them. Send them good vibes, whatever it is that you believe in. We all need it. We all need a great big group hug. On the back it says, "Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all." Proverbs 31:29. And I don't know the reference to that one. I'd have to read a little bit more about it. But, somebody can enlighten me on that one. But I believe it's talking about God. God surpasses them all. He does many, many things we don't even realize are going on. We go through some things that are, we don't understand at the time why we went through that, and then something will happen in the midst of all that. I'll tell you a little story about what happened to me. Probably most of y'all know about the 2012 tornado that hit Henryville. My son went to that school, and he was right outside or he would have been right outside the gym when that tornado went through and knocked the bricks into the gym. You guys all seen it on the newscast. But they sent him home 15 minutes early, and we lived within 15 minutes of the schools, so he was home and he was safe. Thank you, Jesus. But in the aftermath, after we found out everybody was safe, and started surveying the damage and everything, there was need for volunteers. I think I've told you guys that I helped volunteer at a tent, but a food tent. But right before that, I was at an area that was collecting sorry. I was at an area that was collecting let me put this in the back, supplies for the people who needed, food and clothing. A god-awful amount of stuff gets sent during the first couple of days, and that people needed help sorting it out. So there was this long line of people. It's so beautiful. I'm crying because it's just beautiful, not because I'm sad, because through the midst of all that destruction, I got to see a long line of people of every race, every religion, Catholic, Muslim, Baptist. I can't even remember, because those people would stop and talk, and every single one of them wanted to pray with me. They go from they go from disaster to disaster every year, and they volunteer. Their church or their religious organization takes it upon themselves to go spread their joy. So they were they were standing in line, and they were passing the stuff, from the trucks into the warehouse, and it was just a big old long line, and people were grabbing and passing it. They didn't stop to say, I can't take this from you because you're a different color. I can't take this from you because you're a different religion, and I'm Christian and you're Baptist, or I'm Christian and you're Muslim. It didn't matter. They were just helping each other. Help us. And that's the way it should be. It was so beautiful. I don't like to cry in front of people, but some stories, you just gotta tell it how it was and all that stuff. It was just so beautiful that it was in 2012, and it's it's 2022, and it still affects me to think about it. And the town is healed. The buildings have been rebuilt, and it's not the same as it was before, but their people are closer and tighter knit, and more people know each other than what they did before then. And we know people now from across the United States, across the world. There were some ladies that came and made some awesome curry with naan bread. They were ladies from India. Oh man. Now the country people around here didn't know what to do with it, especially the older ones. They were like, but I'm like, yes, please, I'll have some more. But there are people that I'll never forget, and I may not remember their names, but I'll never forget the experience that I had with a lot of those people. And I kid you not, every single group before they left wanted to stop and pray with us. And I never turned anybody down because of their religious beliefs. You should never discourage somebody if they ask to pray with you. That's how I've been taught. So I always just do. And but yeah, in the midst of chaos, sometimes you think, why am I experiencing this? Why am I having to go through this? But then something happens that changes your world. So sometimes just a smile is all that you need. Some of those people couldn't communicate with me. They had a person, and but that person wasn't always around. I mean, in the midst of all that chaos, we just smiled at each other. I know smiles work, you guys. I know you think I'm crazy, and I am. But smiles do change things. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for putting up with this. That just was so life affirming and life changing, and when I think about it, that's what comes out. Oh my goodness. So thank you guys. This has been another episode of What's in My Cup, What's on My Hook, What's on My Mind. I hope it doesn't take this long to get the next one out. Like I said, it's just, I lost my Crojo this week, and it's been a rough climb trying to get it back. But I'm struggling. And by the help of all you guys, it's amazing the support that we give each other in this community, our Yarny community. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.